So I just finished the book Disruptive Thinking by T.D. Jakes, and I'm super surprised because I thought I was going to love this book, and I came away from it very, very frustrated. It's an interesting conversation point because it really brings to mind to me the importance of setting expectations correctly. So I went into this book, I read a bunch of other T.D. Jakes books and loved almost all of them. His book Crushing is one of the most life-changing books I think I've ever read. And so I went into this one kind of expecting like, oh, this is a book about disruptive thinking. Like, this is a book that I can use to kind of work through my own life and implement disruptive thinking in my own life. That's what I thought of, like, kind of based on, what the book said, the subtitle of the book, what the blurb on the inside was about and all that. And instead, what I found reading through it was really, it's much more a book about kind of his thoughts as a disruptive thinker towards the stuff that's going on in culture right now, like all of the issues of 2024, and it's kind of his proposal of a different ways that we can address a bunch of these issues, mixed in with a little bit of stuff about, hey, if you're a disruptive thinker, here's how you can kind of develop this, here's how you can tell if you are one, here's what to do if you're married to one, and whatever. But it felt to me like the crux of the book was much less of a something that I would categorize as like a self-help book, and way more of like a like a political candidate type book of like, hey, here's the issues and here's my solution for fixing them. That's not to say that it was a bad book at all, or that I agree or disagree with any of his solutions and proposed stuff or whatever. It was just a very interesting experience because my expectations were set for something totally different, and when they weren't met, they were frustrated. And I disliked the book even more, and not even more, I just disliked it without even really knowing if I really dislike it for what it is, or if I just dislike it because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So really interesting just time of going through this and reading this book, and just a good reminder that the expectations that you set with your marketing, with your writing on the front of the book, with how you present yourself as a person, like everything that you do sets people's expectations, and then that has a massive impact on whether they are satisfied with the interaction or not, right? Kind of regardless, it doesn't really matter what he said in here and whether I agree with it or disagree with it or like his suggestions or don't like them. What all of that was kind of overridden by was the fact that I was like, hey, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I thought I was reading, and now I'm mad because of it. So really interesting, just kind of thoughts this morning on that and kind of how this book went. I might try it again with kind of reset expectations sometime later on, because yeah, right now it was just very overridden by this unmet expectations of what I had. So I don't really honestly even know what I thought of the book or if I enjoyed it or not. It was just kind of all taken over by that. So beware of your expectations, and if you're writing stuff or as you're going through life and doing all your things, beware of the expectations you set, because they can override your whole core message. So that's all I got. There you go. Peace.